scripture or anything. I mean, I am no expert by any means at all. This is all brand new to me. I'm still a toddler in this journey, I guess. But that's what my Bible group, that's what my group helps